And just so you know, Yonatan, there are people in the chat who say they're gonna make a meme coin of that turtle.
Well, since this turtle is an avid Bitcoiner, he is strongly opposed to that idea. He will rug your meme coin.
What's up, crypto crew, and welcome back. Or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Mite, actively escaping the matrix, scoping out the crypto ocean. So if you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt.
Into the boat!
Crypto crew, today we're diving into Yonatan Sompolinsky's interview on the Bitcoin Takeover Podcast, where the host Vlad brings up Kaspa specifically in the context of payments and stablecoins. And as Yonatan explains, Kaspa is so much more than just another cryptocurrency. Stay tuned, crypto crew. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Quick shout out to our partners, Caleb and Brown. These guys have been in the crypto space for almost a decade, building a reputation for guiding investors like you through the sometimes chaotic waters of this crypto ocean. From trading and securely holding your assets like Kaspa to seamless withdrawals with no hidden fees, Caleb and Brown offers institutional level security to you, delivered with a personal 24/7 touch. So if you want calm, competent support to help steer your next bull run, check out Caleb and Brown through the link in the description.
Pump it up!
Crypto crew, we all know Bitcoin has its scaling issues, which makes it tough to use as a truly decentralized payment system by today's standards. In this next segment, Vlad sets the stage to explore where Kaspa fits into the crypto landscape, especially when it comes to payments.
It's not the optimal user experience, and that's why a lot of these payment coins have benefited from the fact that they offer a similar user experience and also a more instant settlement. Litecoin has grown a lot. Monero is very used on dark markets. I think there's also a Dash and Zcash market out there. And also Kaspa, which is trying to do payments. I don't think you guys are aiming to become the reserve currency of the world. You're trying to become the payments layer, right?
I wouldn't limit Kaspa's aspirations to payments. It's an attempt to actually merge these two challenges in one native system, namely having a solid, sound money monetary base, yet facilitating and being very conducive to DeFi and very friendly to DeFi. While Kaspa today can support payments only, it's not a matter of a long time. It's a matter of 12 months. I don't know exactly how much for Kaspa to support DeFi. But it's not only an upgrade, it's more about the aspiration. The aspiration is not limited to payments. It's exactly to have a system and a culture that manages to marry and make peace between these two pillars of crypto, between money and finance. I can't say that I know which pillar is more important. At least my aspirations with Kaspa is to marry these two value propositions and pillars of crypto into one system without any friction.
I mean, ideally, yes, but today, do you think it would be possible to have tokenized Bitcoin on Kaspa, which moves with higher velocity?
Possible in what sense? Technically or adoption?
Technically, like adoption is mostly social. It's just people agreeing that this is useful. But if you want to make payments very fast with something that has a price which is predictably more stable across the bull-bear cycles.
More predictable than Kaspa.
Well, it's just that we have more historic data, and people sometimes it's counterfactual to take historic data as evidence, but people are psychologically drawn to believing in this, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that Bitcoin is going to be more stable, less volatile. That's what I mean, against the US dollar or whatever.
Definitely, though, people don't want Bitcoin to be stable. They want it to be downward stable. They don't want stability in Bitcoin yet. That's possible. This reminds me of the Bitcoin Ethereum wars when WBTC became highly adopted on Ethereum. Whether this is a win for Ethereum or Bitcoin, I would argue that there's always a not only psychological but also fundamental advantage to the native currency that's running the network. I don't know that anyone would oppose tokenized Bitcoin running on Kaspa. I guess the flywheel is typically benefiting the native currency. And the reason is because friction is always the main thing that's defining a good money, right? And if there's a bridge between Bitcoin and Kaspa, that bridge incurs friction. One of the things that makes a money system good or not is whether using it requires more friction or not. So if you were to compare the advantages of Bitcoin stability, or at least downward stability, versus nativeness of Kaspa in a system that operates DeFi. Yeah, so for sure, at the beginning, the stability of Bitcoin would be very appealing. As the system is adopted and more people gain trust in the system, I think that the nativeness of Kaspa would override, the need for predictability. This is what happens, I think, with Hyperliquid. So there's high usage of its, product, and then this creates demand and buy push to the native token. So I think I'm sure you have tokenized BTC on Hyperliquid, and the Hype asset is very successful, and it's not surprising. The fact that you integrated a tokenized version of Bitcoin is not such a big threat. And I guess on a broader perspective, money is and this is kind of obvious, but money is very psychological. There's no reality where tokenized Bitcoin and Hyperliquid is threatening Hype.
Yeah, to prove your points, right now there are like 100,000 Bitcoins locked on Ethereum as WBTC, which doesn't use the bridge. It's actually custodied by BitGo, which is not ideal. For scale, I think the Lightning Network has like 5,000 Bitcoin, and Liquid, which is a federation, not a sidechain, has like 4,000. And Rootstock, which is super underrated, also has like 4,000. All of them are orders of magnitude smaller than WBTC. And just so you know, Yonatan, there are people in the chat who say they're gonna make a meme coin of that turtle.
Well, since this turtle is an avid Bitcoiner, he's strongly opposed to that idea. He will rug your meme coin.
Yeah, they should send like 50% of the allocation to the turtle so he can dump.
I can help him with that. Now that I have too much experience, but for that cause, I'm willing to get my hands dirty. The conversation, I would say, I truly understand and identify with averseness of Bitcoiners to other money or other tokens. This is completely understandable. Perhaps I will say Kaspa's launch is quite reflective of this understanding and alignment. This is also how non-coiners treat Bitcoin.
There's a remark from your crypto crew who says, wow, these questions up the quality of this session again. Shout out to Yonatan and Bitcoin Takeover for being here for over 5 hours.
Eventually, Yonatan and Vlad went on for 7.5 hours in total. But before we get to Vlad's next question about stablecoins on the Kaspa network, let's rewind, crypto crew. Junie from the Kaspa Ecosystem Foundation had a great conversation with Ankit on the XXIM podcast about this very topic, especially around Kaspa's integration of Circle's USDC on the Kaspa network. And this is especially relevant to keep in mind, knowing that at the making of this recording, we're just days away from the launch of Kaspa smart contracts through Kasplex.
We were able to talk with in Hong Kong and in a few different locations. And in the end, we want native USDC in the future. Can you help us do that? Because USDC is more active. And the good part of USDC is that they're very happy to, again, in our meeting, to say if we can run a small scale, not experiment, but small scale trial with a bridge version, they can make it into native. So by making it native, it means we will give the control of the bridge to USDC to Circle side. So now it's native, right? So that's the best outcome we have with Circle in New York. We definitely have a lot of other different exciting news. For instance, I think they are aware of the name of Kaspa and they think it's promising. We also showed them the merchant acceptance of Kaspa and they like it as well. So now they're waiting for some L2s to be online to work with. And they say, they even suggest us no need to mint too much for the bridge version of the USDC.
Do you like the idea of stablecoins on the Kaspa network?
Whether I like or not, the fact is that stablecoins is one of the main, if not the top product market fit of crypto. Currently, adoption in crypto is through stablecoins. It is what it is. People are using crypto, and it's definitely improving both their lives and decreasing the need to trust local institutions. Among stablecoins, of course, I would prefer algorithmic ones over centrally issued ones. The connection is that algorithmic stablecoins need a very good you need a very good way, a very smooth way to adjust collateral and prevent liquidation or act upon liquidation. So algorithmic stablecoins, of course, are preferable from a decentralization perspective. I mean, I wouldn't think even to oppose the main product market fit that crypto has found, even if it's not what we envisioned in the early years.
In other words, crypto crew, stablecoins aren't just inevitable in crypto, they represent one of the biggest opportunities for mass adoption. And for a project as ambitious as Kaspa, the timing couldn't be better. With its scalability, speed, low fees, and decentralized design, Kaspa is a serious contender alongside networks like Ethereum, Tron, and Solana. And as Yonatan Sompolinsky put it, Kaspa isn't just another cryptocurrency. It's a digital asset worth protecting. That's why we recommend to keep your Kaspa on a cold storage like the Tangent wallet, where you can get 10% off with code CryptoCrew using the link in the description box below.
I have no tolerance for this Kaspa stuff.
And living rent-free in your head!
Prove all things, hold fast that which is good.
Stick around.
Fix your mind before you get to the grind. And with that said, let's continue to escape the matrix. Let's continue to be on the lookout for the next big thing here on the crypto ocean. Grow in grace, and let's make some crypto waves. Say aye.